When you thought dinosaurs were only a thing of history books, nature proves us wrong. In the dense freshwater swamps, a prehistoric phantom rises on its thin legs, a 1.5-meter tall figure with the posture of a heron. Its head, seemingly docile, hides a lethal secret, a gigantic shoe-shaped beak. This being doesn't bother to hunt in plain sight. It's a master of patience, a motionless shadow that can go hours without blinking. It becomes a part of the landscape, waiting, and when its prey, unaware of the danger, gets too close, the creature explodes in an attack as swift as it is fatal. It's more than a bird, it's a living fossil, a remnant of a forgotten era, whose lineage, it's rumored, descends from the very Tyrannosaurus rex. This enigmatic avian colossus, a predator that seems to defy time, is a testament to the most unusual evolution. This is the shoebill, the true dinosaur of the wetlands. Meet the Maxtic Balaenithips rex, the true king of the wetlands, and a weather that looks like a ghost from the past. It is more commonly known as the shoebill stork, a name that pays homage to its iconic shoe-shaped beak. This solitary creature inhabits the vast and impenetrable freshwater swamps of central tropical Africa, in a region stretching from southern Sudan to the Congo and northern Zambia. With a scientific name that translates to whale-head Balaena caput, it's no surprise it's also called the whale-headed stork. Although it belongs to the Balaenithipitidae family, its closest relative is the modest and elegant hammerkop, a surprising connection for such an astonishing giant. But its roots go much further back. The shoebill's lineage dates back to a time when the Earth was young, between 33.9 and 23 million years ago, in the era of oligogenic organisms like Goliathia and Eremopithecus. It's no wonder then that the shoebill is believed to have evolved directly from carnivorous and theropod dinosaurs, the same group that gave rise to the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex. It's a true marvel of evolution, a living link to a forgotten era. Its mere presence is an astonishing sight. With its bulbous straw-colored beak, adorned with grayish markings, and a blue-gray plumage that contrasts with the darker slate-gray flight feathers, the shoebill is a truly singular creature. Its appearance is a fascinating mix of familiar and strange features. It has a square head reminiscent of a duck's, unusually long legs, almost like an ostrich's, and a beak whose circumference rivals even that of pelicans, although in its shape it more closely resembles that of storks. Even its chicks are noteworthy. Although they are born with a more average-sized beak and silver-gray plumage, as they grow, their most distinctive trait develops spectacularly. At 43 days old, their beak is already well-formed. Beyond its iconic beak, the majestic shoebill possesses other extraordinary physical features that distinguish it from any other bird. Its dark legs are unsettlingly long and thin, with a tarsus length ranging from 8.5 to 10 inches, 21.7 to 25.5 centimeters. Its feet are also exceptionally large, with a middle toe reaching a length of between 6.6 and 7.3 inches, 16.8 to 18.5 centimeters. These adaptations allow it to remain motionless on aquatic vegetation for endless hours, waiting with infinite patience for the precise moment to pounce on its prey. It's the shoebill's size that truly causes awe. Standing up to 1.5 meters tall and with a wingspan of up to 2.4 meters, it looks like a creature from a bygone era. Despite its imposing size, its weight is surprisingly light. Females range from 4 to 5 kilograms, while males weigh between 5 and 7 kilograms. When this winged colossus takes flight, it does so with its wings extended and its neck elegantly retracted. Its flight is a spectacle of patience and power, alternating between graceful glides and powerful wing beats that last about 7 seconds each. Although its flight is majestic, it is also unusually slow. With a wing beat rate of only 150 per minute and a speed of just 48 kilometers per hour, the shoebill is one of the slowest birds in the air, a fascinating paradox for such an imposing predator. Although it is a majestic bird, the shoebill has no interest in long flights. It prefers brief aerial escapades, rarely flying more than 100 to 500 meters, even when disturbed. During the nesting season, these elusive birds communicate with a surprising variety of sounds. From the famous clattering of their beaks that sounds like a machine gun, to mooing that is reminiscent of a cow and sharp wails. Their vocalizations paint a portrait of their moods and behaviors. Even the chicks have their own language. They emit a peculiar sound similar to a human hiccup when they beg for food. Some observers have seen adults make a call similar to a horse's, which is believed to be a sign of aggression towards marabou storks. Despite all these traits, it is the shoe-shaped beak, made of bony keratin, that remains its most iconic feature. It stands as the third largest beak among all existing birds, surpassed only by pelicans and some large storks. It is the hallmark of this creature. It is thanks to its colossal and sharp-edged beak that the shoebill has the power to hunt prey that other wading birds would not dare to pursue. Although its diet is primarily based on fish, this predator is capable of hunting a wide variety of wetland vertebrates, including frogs, water snakes, Nile monitor lizards, and even baby crocodiles. On occasion, it also feeds on turtles, rodents, carrion, and snails. When hunting, the shoebill often seeks out waters with low oxygen, where fish are forced to rise to the surface to breathe. It is at that moment that the predator strikes. Like a prehistoric hunter, it can remain motionless for hours, with patience as its best ally, waiting for the exact moment to launch an attack at lightning speed. To do this, it uses a technique known as collapse, where it pounces on its unfortunate victim and devours it in a single gulp. Its enormous beaks also serve to dig into the mud at the bottom of the pond and extract lungfish from their burrows. The entire process of consuming a prey, from the initial attack to the final swallow, can last between 2 and 30 minutes, depending on the size of the catch. When it comes to a larger prey, the effort is considerable, and the shoebill invests a great deal of time in the struggle. A rare video captured a perfect example of this process. The images show the majestic shoebill stalking a lungfish in a nearby swamp. With total concentration, it waits patient for the opportune moment. Suddenly, the lungfish rises to the surface in search of air, and in an instant the shoebill pounces. With a quick head movement, its lateral eye gives it a perfect point of view to aim. With swift reflexes, it traps the fish in its wide and powerful beak, and without hesitation, devours it whole in a single gulp. Fortunately, this majestic creature shows no hostility towards humans, maintaining a gentle character. For 3 years, from 1977 to 1979, researchers approached their nests up to 2 meters away, without witnessing any kind of aggression or intimidation. However, despite its peaceful nature, this bird frequently becomes a victim of human hunting. The shoebill prefers a solitary lifestyle and is known for its fierce defense of its territory. They are non-migratory birds that only pair up during the breeding season, usually after the rains. Together, the male and female build a nest on a floating platform made of aquatic plants, which can be up to 3 meters deep and 3 meters wide. The female lays 1 to 3 white eggs, which both parents incubate for about 30 days. During this period, they actively protect and feed the chicks until they are ready to leave the nest. However, females usually focus on a single chick, which often leads to the death of the others. The surviving chick can generally fly at 105 days and is capable of flying well at 112. Even after this, they can continue to be fed by their parents for a month or more. The shoebill can live up to 36 years in the wild and up to 50 in captivity. But unfortunately, its existence faces a serious danger. Habitat destruction, hunting, and constant disturbance are the main threats that put its survival at risk. With an estimated population of only 5,000 to 8,000 individuals, the species is classified as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List, and its numbers continue to decline relentlessly. Let's hope we can act to protect this magnificent beast before it's too late. We could all use a little more wonder and weirdness in our lives, and this bird has it in spades. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.